Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the Dita Mach-Seven sunglasses. But first off, link today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, just like these up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop these sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 56mm lenses and a 19mm bridge. However, these frames are going to wear much larger than that due to their acetate inserts here, which are going to add a couple millimeters on both sides, giving the equivalent to around 60mm lens size or 61mm lens size. So these frames are definitely designed to be bold and oversized, and they only come in this one standard size. They don't come in a smaller or a larger lens size. Now, Dita says these frames are an extension of the Mach series. The Mach-Seven injects new life into Dita's celebrated aviator franchise, and the design of the Mach-Seven's vibrant double Nylar suspension system secures a masculine acetate lens rim to a dual-tone titanium brow bar. So they certainly have a lot to say about these frames, and so do I. But let's go ahead and start with the price here. These frames are going to cost you $850. That's the MSRP on them, and that's definitely very expensive for a pair of sunglasses, but they are made in Japan, and they are made out of high-quality acetate and titanium as well. As far as the look on face goes, these frames are definitely a little bit too big for my liking. Dita obviously designed these to, offer that big, bold, loud kind of celebrity styling to them. But for my taste, I think these are just a little bit too big, that's for sure. Now, again, if I did grow out the beard, make my face a little bit fatter, then these frames probably would look pretty good on my face. But here, looking a little bit cleaner and more shaved, they're going to be a little bit too big in my opinion. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I'm wearing today's video, these have Dita's dark gray swirl acetate inserts, which look really beautiful, especially when wearing these outdoors. And then they have yellow gold plated frames. And the frames are made out of titanium, of course, and then the lenses are Dita's dark to clear lenses. So they are a gradient lens, and here at the top, of course, we can see they're dark, and then here at the bottom, they're almost clear, which add a really cool and really good looking lens outlook. Makes them very practical, because of course, sun is mostly up high, but then when you're looking down low, you really don't need your vision to be shaded too much unless you're like running or something like that on a road. So pretty practical here with the gradient, and then of course, the gradient also makes the lenses look really good in my opinion as well, and it really does complement the style of these frames very well. Now, considering the bulk of these frames and how big they are, you'd assume that they'd be very heavy. However, these actually only come in at 35 grams, which is very lightweight considering how big these frames look on the face. To put that in contrast, a 50mm pair of original Ray-Ban Wayfarers actually come in at 44 grams, so a 9-gram difference, with these being lighter than an original 50mm pair of Wayfarers. That is pretty impressive that Dita was able to make a frame so big and bold, yet relatively lightweight. Now again, if you're going to wear these for more than 6 hours, you'll probably find some discomfort here on the fully adjustable nose rests. They might leave a little bit of a red mark on your nose, but definitely not too bad. Obviously, there are far lighter options when it comes to eyewear, but considering the bulk again, very lightweight, which is really impressive. These have Dita's CR39 lenses, which are extremely lightweight and help bring down the weight there, but they're also very clear, and they do have a very nice and premium anti-reflective material here in the backside of the lens as well, which really does help reduce sunlight coming in, bouncing off the lens at an angle. And the optical quality of these is really good, almost as clear as glass. Like I said earlier, these frames are made in Japan. You see here in the inner right temple of the frame say made in Japan there, and then we can see this kind of like really cool skeletized looking temples, which look really nice, and then a lot of curves and a lot of detail here on the frames. They also have this kind of two-tone bar here at the top, where there's another titanium bar on top of the original titanium bar. That's going to help add rigidity to these frames and also add a two-tone look with the black here and then the gold as well. Really cool stuff. They also do have a little Dita Shield logo here next to the exposed hardware, which is a cool look as well. And if we take a look at the outside left ear rest of the frame, we can see a little embedded Dita logo there for authentication purposes. Now, if we move over to the inside left temple of the frames, we can see they have the lens size and the bridge width. They say Dita there as well. Now, if we take a look here at the underneath the frames, you can see it says Mach-7 titanium. And then here on the other side, we can just see the exact color code of these frames. Now, something else that's also interesting to note is the fact these frames are kind of like a half rim design, even though they do have the acetate inserts. So we can see there's titanium here along the whole top, but if we look here at the bottom, there's actually some nylon cords that hold on the bottom to the frame, and those cords are made out of this really cool looking kind of transparent green material, which look really, really cool. And the more you look at these frames, the more detail you can really see and feel when handling these frames. There's like little holes here on the lower bridge as well, drilled into the titanium. Just a really, really hard pair to produce. There's a lot of things going on here, and Dita really went over the top of these frames, just trying to make them a very cool and very intricate and very unique, and I think they certainly succeeded at doing so. Now, as far as coverage from the sun goes, these frames, of course, are not going to offer the best coverage from sun. So here up top, we can see massive gap that lets sunlight in unprotected, and then here on the sides, again, we can see an absolutely massive gap that does let sunlight in unprotected. So overall, not the most practical pair of sunglasses, but that's not too surprising considering the fact that these are really meant to just be overstyled and a really loud pair of sunglasses, not made to be practical like something like a Maui Jim wraparound or something like that. But overall, it's a really cool and interesting pair of frames. I personally think these frames look a lot better off the face than on the face, but if you do have a larger head and you do want, more of that celebrity style, these frames definitely could be for you. And as far as the build quality and all the different design elements on these frames, I really do love them. I just don't love the look of these frames on my face. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.